Info.
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info, and this is the Morning Crossfire. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. If you've been here since 6 a.m., wow, I could give you some shekere right now.
You've tried.
But just hear it in your mind. Just hear it. It's right there. You're welcome right back from the break. And yesterday we started a conversation. We went to River State, yes, where we spoke to one of our guests there. We spoke about adoption and how it works, the process of adoption. And we spoke with Mr. Fubara Minabo, who's the Director of Social Welfare, River State Ministry of Social Welfare and Rehabilitation. This conversation continues today, and we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. You can listen to us anywhere you are. Even if you're leaving Nigeria, you can always watch us, and you can also always listen over our website, nigeriainfo.fm. Today, we're also going back to River State, and we'll be doing this live. So if you're not on Facebook, go ahead and do that right away. Follow us, and you can watch us. You can also see our guests standing by in Port Harcourt right now. If you want to join us over WhatsApp, the number is 08095975805. I'm Wemimo Adewuni. Welcome.
I'm Sheriff Quadry. Thank you for joining us. Yesterday, we tried as much as possible to pick calls, but we had issues with the phone lines. But today,
we did.
That has been rectified. So we'll be able to take your thoughts and drop your comments on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter, and on WhatsApp. So we'll be taking your thoughts as we go along on the show this morning. We have joining us from Port Harcourt, Apostle Anthony Isaac. He's Executive Chairman of Saviour's Orphanage. Apostle Isaac, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Apostle Isaac, can you hear us? Good morning, sir. Can you speak again? Let's see if we have good quality audio from your end.
Thank God that we are here. Thank God that we are here. I'm from Saviour's Orphanage home.
Well, we can see you. We can see you, but we'll try as much as possible to rectify that audio. We're having not too good audio feed from your end there, but just please stay on the line. Hopefully that will be resolved any moment now. In case you're wondering, you can actually see Apostle Isaac on Facebook right now. And if you're watching on YouTube as well, you can see him well seated in our studios in Port Harcourt right now. So feel free to head to that portal. I can see a lot of people clicking there.
You should be there right now so you can watch what's going on. If you've had an experience going through the orphanage or you live in an orphanage, you can also share your experience with us. But we're looking at statistics, and it shows that child welfare systems all over the world typically receive, and there are constant investigations and reports of possible child abuse and neglect. Apart from performing its primary mandate, child welfare systems also provide services to families that need assistance in the protection and care of their children, also providing arrangements for children to live with family members or foster families when they're not safe at home. Okay, when there are issues of child abuse.
There's a problem at home.
Right. They also arrange for reunification. If you listened to us yesterday, some children are not up for adoption because there's a possibility of reuniting them with their families later. Also, there's a possibility of connections between these children and families that have capacity for foster care. But in Nigeria, we're still looking at the claims about how difficult it is to know how many orphans there are in Nigeria and how many orphanages there actually are. We don't have the figures.
Right.
And this is because despite being a very serious issue, there isn't so much research into this. But today we're looking at the challenges orphanages face, the presence or non-presence of foster parenting in Nigeria, child abuse, protection services, and others.
Let's put this forward that we tried to get in Lagos State officials into the studio this morning, but they're quite busy.
Yeah.
They're quite busy. They all of them are engaged, really. But hopefully we'll be able to bring this up once again and have the Lagos State officials come talk to us on this particular issue. Apostle Isaac, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. And good morning, listener. I'm the coordinator and the facilitator of Savior's Orphanage Home besides Safari Hotel Rumokoro. Concerning the children of Nigeria, it is difficult taking care of children unless you have the zeal of taking care of them, because children are the most difficult thing to control. And they are also the joy of the family. If you are living with the children, you can't be sad any day, because they are like a cartoon is to the children, so children is to the adult. So that is
Begin with you, Apostle Isaac. Thank you for that beautiful opening speech. If I may begin with you, what are the primary mandates of orphanages? I run one. So what are the mandates that you've got? What are your responsibilities for running your orphanage?
It's not responsible. It will start all over.
Get this together again. Apostle Isaac Anthony is joining us from Port Harcourt, where we're speaking to him. He runs some orphanages, and they have quite a number of, I think, about 3 orphanages in River State. I would like to understand what the challenges of orphanages are and exactly how they run. We had some, comments yesterday about people running orphanages because there's something they get from it.
Right.
And they don't allow these kids to be adopted because they need the house to be full and they need people to keep giving them. So they need a place to be full. So we've brought in someone who runs an orphanage and would like to just get a feel of what happens there. Apostle Isaac, can you hear us better now? Hello, are you there? Okay, while we sort that, we're going to take this over to you. Did you live in an orphanage? Do you have an experience adopting a child or providing foster care for a child? That means a child lives with you for a while. This is not just someone handing a child over to you. Like, you documented it and said, this child will be with me for so and so a period.
Right.
After which the child can then go back to the families or to another home entirely. If you'd like to join the conversation, let's give you the phone numbers and let's sort Apostle Isaac's line so you can hear him better. But you can join us right now.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
I would also like to know the fears people have when it comes to adopting a child. What are those fears that actually, maybe personally you don't have the fears, but when you tell someone that you're about to adopt a child, the next question will be, do you know the parent of that child? Do you know whether this is run in the family? Do you know whether they have this kind of disease in their family? Do you know whether this is the father is this? All sort of things. Does that actually impact your own belief about taking care of the next person? What are those things? What are your fears if you would like to adopt? If you've tried it before, we'll also like to know what you went through, what you passed through, and what do you understand about foster parenting? Okay. Let's see who we have on the line. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Can you hear us?
I think not.
Apologies for
Okay.
that.
If you'd like to use WhatsApp, you can join us by reaching us on WhatsApp 08095975805, 08095975805. That's our WhatsApp number. And you can also reach out to us on Facebook, where we're live right now. We'll try to get Apostle Isaac back on the line as soon as his line is fixed. So you can also watch him. He runs an orphanage called the Saviors Orphanage in Port Harcourt, and they have about 3 such homes, and they've been doing this for quite a while. If you have been in an orphanage or you've adopted a child, I know this is a season, at the end of the year, this is a point where people go to orphanages to give gifts towards the end of the year. But beyond giving the gift, have you ever thought of bringing one of these children into your own home? If you haven't, why not? We have someone on the line.
Exactly. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
This is Mr. Gideon from Satellite.
Good to have you. Welcome.
Yeah, yesterday I have a question I wanted to ask, although the man did not go straight to answer the question when he was asked what was the cost of that adoption.
He said it was free. He said from their end, from the government's end, it was free, except for the court process.
Oh, Wemimo is not free. It's not free.
Have you been through it?
I know people that adopted male child, they spent over close to #1 million.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
On what exactly? Do you have the information as to what they spent that #1 million on?
I actually wanted to hear from him, but he didn't answer the question. That adoption is not free. It's too expensive, and I think it's only for the rich. It's not for the poor.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Adoption is only for the rich. If they would tell you the truth, it's too expensive. I know somebody that adopted twins in my neighbor, 1.5 million.
Wow. Who did they pay to?
Yes, it's expensive.
Who did they pay that money to? What was that money for?
Do you know?
The woman went through the right process. She registered and she went there. She paid and they gave her.
Wow.
She adopted one before, 800,000. She went for twins, 1.5 million.
Wow. Well, thank you for bringing this up. Thank you very much for bringing this up.
They are not telling us the truth.
Right.
They are not telling us the truth.
And you know what? I would understand this. So if the process is this clumsy or very difficult to go through, it means that some people might need to pay their way through it. Like someone mentioned yesterday.
No, even he mentioned it. Our guest yesterday mentioned it, that some people just want to jump the gun. They can't wait.
Because the process is too slow.
Exactly.
It's too slow.
And he's saying that the reason why it's slow is because they have to do due diligence to make sure that they scrutinize very carefully.
But if
anybody
I pay,
who wants to adopt,
if I pay, the scrutiny is done faster. How do you explain that?
Well,
I think we have Apostle Isaac back on the line. Can you hear us now, sir?
Good morning.
Okay, welcome back. Can you
better.
hear us better now?
Yes.
All right. On orphanages in Port Harcourt. Tell us, why did you open an orphanage? What was in your mind? What was the idea behind it?
Good day, listener. I am Apostle Anthony Isaac. I'm the chairman and executive of Saviors Orphanage Home, besides Safari Hotel, Rumokoro Runabout. Well, the vision came out of what I experienced in life. I was very little when my father and my mother died, and I saw the way that people ignored me, suffer me. My most suffering was hunger. Nobody identified with me. And when I grew up in that suffering, and each time I see orphan, I used to have compassion on them, and I felt that they are passing through the experience I passed through. So I started telling God, if He can only give me little money, I will take care of orphans. And I keep growing until the time when God opened door, and I decided to open the orphanage home beside Safari Hotel at Rumbokoro. That is the reason why I go into orphanage home. Taking care of.
Isaac, are you registered by the government?
Yes,
Yes, I'm registered with CAC, River State Social Welfare, and also AON.
Story right there that you shared. I mean, your experience informed your opening an orphanage. But a question to ask is, so you had this great idea and you were able to implement it. But the children, how many children do you have in your orphanage right now? And where did those children come from?
I have 70 children in my orphanage home, but I share them into 3 branches because the compound could not be able to contain us. We have a branch at Rumokoro beside Safari Hotel. We also have at Rumokrusi beside the big Anglican church and Woji Corvette bus stop.
The kids, how did you get these orphans?
Okay, when we register at the initial time, we under Ministry of Social Welfare, they told us the type of children we should take care. We get the children from the villages, interior villages, where help is not reached. We go there and ask people about those children that are not able to see clothes to wear, food to eat, and they are not going to school. And then they will direct us to those children when we confirm it that actually the mother and the father of that child have died. We now adopt them to our orphanage home and take care of them, give them training in school, and also take them to medical place to take care. We also shelter them very fine.
And start running this
is
orphanage.
that.
How many years has this been on now? Where did you start the orphanage?
I started this orphanage in 2012.
Getting funding.
Till date.
I mean, you've mentioned that you send these children to school and also take care of their medicals as well as their total welfare. So how do you get funding to care for these 70 children?
Okay, it's the God that sent me to do the work that sponsor the children. It touches the mind of individual, churches, companies, and cooperative to support us. That is the way we get our funding.
Hello?
Most of the funding comes in through
donations, right? Let's talk about adoption through your orphanage. Do people approach you for adoption, and what is the process?
Okay, almost every day people come around asking for adoption. We, as we register under the Ministry of Social Welfare, they told us that we should not take care of children picked from the street or anywhere they pick the child from. Any child of source, we should carry it to them. So the children we are taking care are children that has home. They bear their father's name. So we cannot adopt church children, and the government does not permit any home to adopt.
Adoption, you mean?
That
many
we
people
don't have
go
it.
to many of these homes, orphanage homes or care homes, and just pay some money. I mean, if someone just called us to say it's costly, someone who wanted twins, for instance, paid about 1 point something million naira to go through the legal process, that is. But we've also heard of people who just go to these homes, pay some money, and take the children away with them.
Yes, actually, people have been doing it. There are some orphanages that are in town that they refuse to register under Ministry of Social Welfare. So they are the people practicing what is bad. They adopt children. They even keep pregnant girls. After they get born and left the child, they carry the child and sell to anybody.
Get you clearly, you're saying that the children in your own home can be traced. They have their own homes as well. You're helping out because they couldn't go to school. They couldn't. They couldn't get good care and all of that. That's why you have brought them into your home, and as such, you cannot give them out
by law.
By law for adoption. So my question is, what happens to those kids when they are grown? What is the next step for them? At what point do you stop taking care of them?
We stopped taking care of them as 18 years. We believe that by 18 years, they should be able to finish their secondary school, and we give them handwork so they can live on their own. But those ones that stay mature, sometimes we adopt them from the village when they have not started school at all. And because of late entering school, it made them, before they pass secondary school, it will make them to be 20. But after then, we give them handwork. After the handwork, we find a place for them, and they start their own life
Or
all
they
over.
go back to their families, or what do? You just open the gate and let them go?
Okay, they go back to their family, but we make sure that they have something doing.
To you on more of this, and we'll be heading to the phone lines also. So you've heard from someone who runs a home, an orphanage home, but the children in his care are not up for adoption. Remember yesterday, Mr. Minabo mentioned that some children are not up for adoption. So we've said we find many homes that are full,
Right.
and the children are not being given out. This might be the reason. Some of those children are not up for adoption. The phone lines are buzzing.
I'm so glad that we have Apostle Isaac, because he's bringing a new dimension into this conversation.
Yes.
Totally. And I'm glad we have him. But we need to head out to a break right now. Apostle Isaac, please stay on the line. We just need to take a break. All right? Just stay on the line. We'll be right back in a moment. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Wemimo Adewuni.
From your number one talk news and sports station. This is the Morning Crossfire with Wemimo and Sheriff. Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
We are back. It's 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're talking adoption today and child welfare services as a whole. Where do children in adoption, in orphanages come from? One of the things I asked yesterday was you find many of these orphanages full.
Right.
You find people who want to adopt children, but the children in the orphanages are not going anywhere. Why? Are people making money from this? But we just discovered that some of these children are not even up for adoption
at
and
all.
we're speaking with Apostle Anthony Isaac, who is executive chairman of Savior's Orphanage in Port Harcourt. He's joining us live, so you can watch on Facebook and YouTube, and you can see Apostle Isaac talking to us. And if you'd like to also join the conversation, we would like to hear from you. We'll give you the phone numbers just in a moment. I'm Wemimo Adewuni. Welcome back.
And I'm Sheriff Quadry. Hurry up, drop your comment for us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. If you got any question at all, feel free to do that. We're also streaming live on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM is the handle on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. On Facebook and YouTube, you can see our guest live side by side with us on one screen. It's just unprecedented. It's
radio is done differently
Nobody
now.
does that in this country.
Say that louder, please.
Nobody.
We like to
I'm
brag
saying
on
it with
this.
all authority. Nobody.
We have heard you.
Okay.
Let's give you the phone numbers. You can see you trying to call, but let's give the numbers to those who don't have them to join the conversation right now.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
All right, let's start off with a comment on Twitter from Mutaza Miki Yusuf, who says, I have worked and also lived in an orphanage in Nigeria. It says, what a heck of a job that was. As a part of the home, our roles include being a parent and guardian, teacher, and we were all working on our toes to make sure everything worked well.
Indeed. Let's get to the phone lines. Hello, good morning to you. Oh, no.
Sorry
Do
about
try and
that.
call us back if you can.
Right.
Hopefully, we'll be able to. You can call the other lines.
All right. We have a comment also in from on WhatsApp. The cultural apprehension of adoption is real and rational in certain respects. It says, for instance, I would not adopt a child from incestuous union. Why not? You didn't tell us why. Why
The
not?
child
It wasn't
is
the child's fault.
Oh.
It wasn't the child's fault.
Okay.
It says so. A background check and record needs to be done and kept. That's from Anya Wujofre from Akoka in Yaba.
Let's see who's here. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Sharif.
Yes, good morning. I'm doing good.
Yes, my name is Hamid Wasiolale.
Okay.
Welcome, Hamid.
Yes, I have a master in social work, and I did my research on adoption.
Great.
So you asked why is it that
Hello, Hamid.
adoption?
Yes.
Yes, one of the reasons is that some of them actually keep these children in order to gain things from people.
Oh.
So when you go to the social welfare offices for adoption, at the end of it all, you will be directed to go to one of the orphanages
Okay.
to pick up the child that you are interested in. But the orphanages home themselves make it difficult. They hardly want to release some of these children for adoption.
So you mean those children that are adoptable, that the government has
That
said
are
you can
adoptable.
adopt?
They are
Right.
adoptable.
Wow.
But they hide under the guise that what Apostle just said, that maybe they don't want to.
Oh, I mean, and I was going to ask him this. This is based on his own research because he did his master's
And this is
in this field.
Well, Apostle Isaac, are you still on the line? Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm
Well,
on the line.
if you heard the last caller, he made an allegation, which we've also heard a lot about.
Right.
The orphanage homes make profit from keeping these children. You insist you don't make profit. Then what's going on?
They make profit by what people donated to the children. They use that profit to enlarge the children, buy land at their permanent site, and also pay, if they are under a rented house, they pay the bill. They carry them to hospital, they spend money to cook for them, and that's the gain they have.
Aside this orphanage, personally?
You come again?
Work, personally, aside managing this orphanage?
There's no other work that is attached in management of orphanage.
You personally get by. Are you on salary, or how do you maintain yourself as an individual working full-time managing a home?
Yourself and your...
Yes, I'm a pastor. I go out. People in the church donated to me, and I live by that. But that of the orphanage too. When the children are sharing, I share with them to feed them, take me as their father.
Let's speak with someone who decides to be anonymous. Good morning to you. Anonymous, can you hear us?
Hello?
We can't hear you.
Oh.
And you should be able to hear us.
Yes,
we
please
can't
try
hear you.
another line. And he was calling us from Bariga, wants to be anonymous. Please try call us again. The lines are 01277 09 and 3, 01277 19 and 3, 01277 29 and 3, and 01277 39 and 3. And it's interesting the things we're unveiling and uncovering in adoption in Nigeria. Someone said he would never adopt a child that came from an incestuous union. And my question is, was it the child's fault that they were born in that circumstance? I'm sure it wasn't.
Apostle Isaac, I wanted to ask you, when you mentioned some people benefit from kids by cooking for them, by paying rents and all of those things. My point is this, that is that really a benefit when they're supposed to run an orphanage? But please hold on to that thought. Hello, good morning to you.
Ambrose is calling us. How are you, Ambrose?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. With the conversation I'm hearing from the station, but how do we know the actual number of orphanages in that particular organization there?
Well, they said they have 3 centers. The issue is there isn't a record of how many orphanages there are in the whole of the country.
Ambrose. All right. Ambrose, just try and call us back if you can. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. We can't hear this caller. Do try and call us back if you can. We will appreciate that a lot. Apostle Isaac, I was asking you the last time that the allegation is that some people run orphanages and keep those kids there deliberately. That's the allegation. But you're saying that, they keep them there so as to run those orphanages. I don't know how we can reconcile that, but please hold the line. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Anonymous.
Yes. I actually agree with the caller that said that it is difficult to adopt a baby and it is also expensive. I work with Lagos State government and I have their papers for adoption for over 2 years. We have been going around orphanage homes. They will tell you there is no baby, no adoptable baby, no adoptable baby. So we actually went out of Lagos and we were able to get one for 1.450.
1,450,000 naira.
Yes.
What
And
was
this
the
is-
money for?
We had an intermediary who did it for us.
Okay.
What did the intermediary do
Yeah.
precisely?
They were the ones that do all the processing. We didn't appear there, but in Lagos State, we appear for all the medical, all these processes.
Okay.
We did all the processes in Lagos. But because of my job, I couldn't leave my job. Somebody did it for us over there, but they collected 1 million.
But you're sure that this person followed the right process, not human trafficking?
Yes, we have the papers. We have the papers from the government.
In what state did you get the baby from?
Edo State.
Edo State. So did the Edo State government send anyone from the Ministry of Social Welfare to come check? Usually if you listen yesterday, they check where you live, if you're able to take care of the child. Did they check all of those things?
They didn't do that. But somebody, an adoption lawyer, did all the processing for us. We were only sending documents. To them.
Okay.
And when the baby was ready, they called us. We paid the money and they gave us a paper. That paper is temporary. So after 3 months, we will now go back to the court and they will give us the permanent paper.
How old is the child now?
The child is 7 months now.
7 months.
Yes.
Are you happy? Are you happy you have the baby?
I'm very, 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 very happy.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
Congratulations to you, and thank you so much.
We are glad to hear from you.
For telling us that experience. Thank you so much.
Wow.
This is really interesting. But Apostle Isaac, is this the due process? I mean, you are in this space. Although you're home, you don't give out, kids, but you are in this space. I'm sure that you have an idea. Is that the due process? If someone wants to take in a baby, should the person appear in the entire process, or it doesn't really matter? Or the laws varies according to states?
Yeah, in the experience I have is that we don't take care of children that abandon on the street. The government told us if such child come to our way, we should carry them to the social welfare. And it is social welfare that have the right to adopt them out. Individual does not have the right. So anybody that stay anywhere, having an orphanage home and getting children to adopt, they are doing it illegally.
It's possible that our last caller could have gotten the baby illegally.
Yes.
Yes.
She went through an adoption lawyer. But let's speak with Emeka, who's calling us from Marina.
Emeka, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay.
Morning, Emeka. Can you speak louder?
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome, Emeka.
This topic is a very it's a topic that
Emeka.
There's nobody
We could barely hear you, Emeka. I am so sorry.
Emeka, can you try another line?
I am so sorry. We have to discontinue
Please,
with this
can you call another line? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the network, but we're trying to make the most of this. Please call another line. Would really love to hear from you. I spoke with a lawyer in Lagos State, and I know for certain that in Lagos State, lawyers cannot apply for adoption on your behalf.
Right.
You have to do it's a personal thing. You have to go to the Ministry of Social Welfare before it can be done. But I mean, the anonymous young woman who called us earlier, said it was pretty tough in Lagos, and they had to go to Edo State, and they went through a lawyer, an adoption lawyer. Is that what also applies in River State, Apostle Isaac? Apostle Isaac, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So in River State, is this also what applies? Can one go through an adoption lawyer or through an intermediary, or do I have to do the process myself?
Yeah, in River State, we abide by the law of the government. We does not give out children by individual orphanage. All the children that has no home, we give them to social welfare. It is the social welfare that know the people that they will give and monitor the child. But I would like to advise those people that are going to Ministry of Social Welfare. If they ask you to register with any money, don't do it. Just put your name there. When they have any child, they will call you. But don't give them any money, because any money you give to them there, they will just share it among themselves there.
She's calling from Lekki. Meg, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff and Wemimo. I want to make a quick observation. The female line rings and rings, nobody picks it.
Oh.
So
I should check it out.
Yeah, please bear with us. We're trying to work on the line to see we've been having some issues with them. So please do bear with us. Our engineers are on it.
Okay, let me go straight to the point.
Yes, please.
The woman who called, like the other person said, I don't think that process is legit. There are so many things going on, so many rackets for children to be bought.
Right.
You just pay and you take a child. And it's because the process is tedious and frustrating.
Yeah.
Extremely frustrating. I know that when I lived in Port Harcourt, the Catholic Church, what they did with young girls who got pregnant, that they didn't want to have an abortion, was to take them into homes where they cared for them. Then they have parishioners who come and volunteer to say, I will take care of this child. Whatever she brings forth, I will adopt. You understand? So if the person, we are Nigerians. If things are difficult, there's always a way. I have a friend whose elder sister just paid for a baby and carried the child in Lagos.
Wow.
So it's not about I don't know. Because you see, when a couple gets to the point where they need to adopt a child, the process should be seamless.
Right.
And if the process officially is seamless, these baby factories will not strive.
True.
The baby factories are striving because the official process is frustrating. There are people who have been on the queue for 3-4 years or more. So if the factories are open where she can pay and take the child, what will she do? She pays and she takes the child away. So it's something that they need to look into. There are so many homes, there are so many rackets in Aba, in Port Harcourt, where it's rackets of teenage girls being exploited.
Right.
They get pregnant, they are paid peanuts, their children are taken from them. Nigeria is a wonderful country, honestly.
Meg.
There's nothing that is easy in this country, nothing.
Meg, thank you so much for sharing your thought. I appreciate it. Gaga on Facebook says, listening from Lekki, I've only been in one home in Kano, and the kids looks to be doing fine. Actually, the owner kids also live. The owner's kids also live with the other orphans in the home.
Right, we also have another comment on Twitter. I mean, this is quite an engaging conversation. We have a comment in here, another one from Mutaza Mikus, who says, may I confide in you on radio that in our home, that's the home where he said he had worked, the children are adoptable, and no fewer than 2 of these kids were adopted. In fact, one of the adopters has lived for a long time in the U.S., and she came back purposely to adopt a child.
David is in transit. He calls us. He joins us right now. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is David, like you said. In the last 3 years, I've actually had the opportunity of celebrating birthday with an orphanage. I have a school.
Okay.
So every March, I go there with my pupils, the parents bring gifts, and we go there. Now, in my conversation with the owner of the place, one of the first questions which you ask the apostle you've been talking to is what exactly is their benefit? And one of the things she told me was that the only thing that benefit is when you are giving out children in the form of adoption. Now, the state government doesn't support them in any way, and yet they also remunerate to the state government every year in form of annual due. That you can confirm.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Offline, I can give you off the radio, off the air, I can give you the detail of your orphanage. You can go there and make your confirmation around Egon here, in Lagos State here. Do you understand? So I asked all these questions. Does the state government support you in any way? They said no. They still pay, do what they call annual, just like schools that pay annual due to the state government. They also do that. They collect money from them. So the only way they survive is people like some of us that have interest in the orphanage homes, that go them, give them rice, we give them things. It is from these individuals that they survive from. And most of them, like this person I'm talking about, she is not doing any of the job. It is from what comes from all these individual interests that they survive on.
Wow. Thank you very much for sharing that. Apostle Isaac, I've also, interacted with at least 2 or 3 orphanages, and I can confirm that is true. There's no support coming in from the government. And in some other orphanage homes, when the government picks up children, maybe that were abandoned, they take them to these homes, but there's no money given to them. And why do we have these children who need the homes in the first place, the private homes? Is because the government has not provided enough, homes to care for these children. So if individuals are taking this up, shouldn't there be some kind of support coming in from the government? Apostle Isaac, is this something you would, maybe require? Do you think the government should provide some support for private orphanage homes?
Yeah, the government of Rivers State took it upon themselves to monitor us, never to take any child that are abandoned. Why the government said is because individual cannot monitor whoever adopt the child. We know there are a lot of forged adoption in town. A lawyer can be there, they can forge any paper certificate and give to you and say they get it from a direct source. Anybody that adopt without the knowledge of social welfare is fraud, or the permission of social welfare. They are the people that are meant for adoption. So, but if we have a lot of adoption that is going on today, secretly, some like my orphanage home, some girls with pregnancy, they will come from, they say they are from University of
No, we don't do that this year. So, before you go, they have disposed out the children through individuals.
We don't do that here. So, before you know.
They didn't passport.
Indeed. Let's speak with this caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
This is Mr. Gideon from Satellite. I called before.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, see what I want to say. If there is any monetary attachment to this adoption, they should open up so that whoever is coming should prepare their mind that this is how much you are paying, this is how much you are paying. Not going through that rigorous process, and then at the end of the day, you will now tell the person that no, this child costs 1 million, it costs 1.5 million. It's frustrating. And just like I said, it's like adoption. Adoption of a child, adopting children is like it's for the rich alone, not for the poor.
All right, Gideon.
Personally, I have advised a lot of couples to go for adoption. Those who have stayed for 18 years in marriage, 12 years in marriage, 21 years in marriage. Even I've joined a couple, we prayed over and over and over, and God so kind that those couples gave birth to triplets.
Wow.
But those ones that could not give birth, at a certain stage, they want to go for adoption. Let them make these things easy. If there is any cost attached to it, they should open up so that people know what to do.
That's noted.
Right.
Thank you so much for calling.
And that's a great point. If there's a price people have to pay, let's know it. Let everyone know this is a cost. But there's a comment on WhatsApp. Tosin Timbrell here says, is there a fixed price to pay to adopt a child? He says he feels the price should not vary because they are not products. And that's the truth. They are not products. So if there's a cost to the process, let's make it public so that everyone can know and they can just plan for it. But when
Apostle Isaac, hold on a bit more. Because of the price that you are, I want us to, dwell a bit on it. Apostle Isaac, do you think a price tag should be placed on adoption?
Yes, the individual is not meant. Why the government stop us is because some of this child that is adopted from the orphanage home, some people use it for ritual. They don't really take care of the child.
Well, we can't rule that out. I agree that might be happening.
So that's
some
why
also
the government
traffic
stopped.
the children.
Some of them did that. So we take care of children that has trace. We don't take care of children that they pick from the road, because we cannot have so much time to trace out where the children is adopted to, and if actually that child is alive. So we believe what the government instructed us to do.
Peter, coming in from Joy Forever, he says, really moved by Apostle Isaac's story, and says adoption is good but must be done properly, not people that lie that they're pregnant and only go to buy a child. God love and bless those who take care of the fatherless and the motherless. Well, we can only ask that if you're going to go for adoption, please go through the legit process. If it's tedious, we would like to know about it when you're going through the process. If you're having some challenges, you can share with us on that journey, and we can also see what we can do to help you move it up if there is any illegal blocks on the road. But we really must go now. This conversation has happened for 2 days. If you missed our conversation yesterday, you can go to Facebook and watch. And if you missed any part of today's conversation also, you can head to Facebook and watch. We have to go now. We thank very much Apostle Anthony Isaac, who's Executive Chairman of Saviour's Orphanage in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're back tomorrow morning with more conversations on the Morning Crossfire. But for today, anything you do, ensure that it is legit, okay?
Right.
So you don't find yourself facing the wrath of the law.
Many thanks to the team that put this together. We're back tomorrow 6 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire. Always join us from 6 a.m. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Wemimo Adewuni. Don't miss the show tomorrow. See you.
More talk, news, and sports after this.